Do you want to say something? Today I'd like to, I'd just like to kind of like, I've used the word like a lot right now. Today I'd like, no, there it's actually used properly. Today I like to rant about New Year's resolutions and why I kind of find it difficult to agree with them or with the concept of them, or just why I kind of think they're not that great. The light is really bad. Well, it's not like you actually need to see my face. So I was trying for the past few days, probably even weeks, to find New Year's resolutions and to be like, like, what can I improve in the new year, and like self-improvement and that kind of stuff. Like, what do I want to achieve? What are new habits I want to pick up on? And I got a bit frustrated because, one, I don't think New Year's resolutions are the same as goals. Maybe right now that's a bit unrealistic, but like as a goal, I want to travel to Greece, or I want to do that or that, or I want to pass that exam. Like, those can be goals, but the way I understand it, resolutions are more like things you do, things you try to act upon. Spend less time on social media, live life more intentionally, whatever that means. Try to live in the moment more, try to be a kinder person, try to be more environmentally friendly. They're like all things that don't have like this one fixed point where you can like say, okay, now I've achieved that. It's like always be more this, more that, less this, less that. It's not really something you ever achieve finally. At the end of the year, when reflecting, you can say, yes, I've improved on that, but it's not necessarily something you say, oh, now I'm like done with that, or now I've managed that. It's always kind of this ongoing thing. And I find that often New Year's resolutions, you find a million different ways to phrase them, but in the end it is all kind of about you wanting to become kind of like a better person or improve as a person. Basically, I've seen this, or I'm watching this series called The Good Place. I know I'm pretty late to it, but I discovered it and I think it's really cool and it's awesome. And there's like Janet's, and it's like this, she says she's not a robot, but I'm pretty sure she's something like that, where she like every time she reboots, she kind of becomes this newer, better version. And I feel like it's similar with New Year's resolutions, where you like try to reboot and you just try to become a better version of yourself. And I think it's kind of stupid. I think it's the ultimate procrastination, where you're like, I don't want to do it today, so let's do it tomorrow. Oh, but this already stresses me out because now I mentally have to prepare myself to be a better person tomorrow. And you know, next week, I also still want to have fun, so I don't want to like set myself challenges or try to do things that are too time consuming for me or energy consuming for me. So we'll just do that for next year. And that's kind of how it happens. And then by the end of February, don't shame me, I cannot pronounce that month in English. By the end of February, you've given up on it and you just say, okay, well, next year. So you've basically have had 1 month of trying intensely to like be that better version you want to be, and then 11 months of saying, oh well, this year already failed, so let's just wait for next year. I don't think that's a very smart way of going about it, because in the end it's just this big procrastination. I don't want to like start any rumors or conspire against anything, but I kind of think it's also this marketing trick where they're like, a lot of people want to start doing more fitness at the start of the year. So it's kind of like a business strategy in a way, where you say, okay, now people want to improve, so now that's a way that we can make money by getting people into our fitness studios more, by saying you want to have a New Year's resolutions, try to get into shape, or like those kind of things. And it's not really for the benefit of the person, it's more like, oh well, then they'll spend money on us. You kind of get what I mean? So that's one issue I have. Like, well, I've mentioned a few things by now. And I'm starting to confuse myself because I don't know what I've said already and what not. I kind of have a memory of a goldfish. So I kind of forget what I say, or I don't even like really think a lot about what I say before I say. So it's never been in my memory. It's just like the things I say just come out without ever passing through my brain first. It's like, rather than, let's think about it. Do we want to say it? Okay, let's say it. Okay, I'll try to summarize. One, I think it's trying to capitalize this concept that companies try to encourage because they know they can make a profit out of it. And two, it's a really good way of procrastinating and just say, because you're too lazy or not willing to start the next day or right now, you just push it off to the next year. And because it's very easy to say, oh yeah, future me will do that, you just kind of push off everything in the end. And three, in the end, all resolutions or most resolutions kind of summarize to you trying to be a better version of yourself. Sometimes that's just a bit exhausting because then in a way it's like you're never happy with the way you're right now. You always want to be more this, more that. When last year I wrote my New Year's resolutions, I was like, waste your time less, use your time more efficiently, learn about new things. And I thought, like, if I was to really follow through with all of those New Year's resolutions, one, I not even have enough time because it takes up so much time to live such a life. Like, I think when we put up New Year's resolutions, we often take inspirations from other people. Oh, this person, they like play the guitar so beautifully. I really want to be able to play the guitar so beautifully, so that's my New Year's resolution. I'm going to try to play the guitar better. And this person, I know, is really environmentally friendly and they're really aware of everything and they know so much about like how to be environmentally friendly and they like support and they volunteer and they do all that. So I think that's also part of my New Year's resolutions. I'll try and be more that person over there. And because I already looked left and right, I'm just looking up now, I don't know, a tall person. That person is so kind and friendly, and that's also New Year's resolutions. I'll also try to be more kind and friendly. And it's really hard doing all of those things actively because you're taking like the best of different people and you're trying to combine that. And in the end, they're probably spending a lot of their day practicing the guitar and they've invested a lot of time in researching about the environment. You don't have that much time in a day to do that. Like if that takes up, I don't know, to simplify, let's just say that takes up 13 hours of their day and that takes up 13 hours of their day. You don't have that many hours in a day. You don't have 26 hours in a day to fulfill those two resolutions. And you also want to be kind and like all those other resolutions. Do you kind of get what I mean? It's basically impossible to fulfill those kind of resolutions. I guess there's like a positive and a negative side to resolutions being basically said, be more of this, be more of that, because one, they don't like have a final destination. So when you reflect at the end of the year, you're very seldomly gonna be one extreme of the other. Like you're generally going to be maybe slightly tipped on the scale of being more or less environmentally friendly, but there's no definite answer to saying you're the definition of being environmentally friendly. That's just not really possible. So at the end of the year, it's also not always very satisfactory to like see, but at the same time, it kind of takes the pressure off of, even if you've just made progress, I guess that's kind of enough, but it still doesn't quite satisfy as if you can make an ultimate tick of a list. Do you kind of get what I mean? I know you can answer me, but I'm just like, it makes sense to me. He's bored, so I think I'm just really confused. I also I don't know how to express my thoughts properly because they don't go through my brain first. Yeah, I think I hope it somehow made sense, and I really hope that if I would watch this video next year before making New Year's resolutions, I'd know kind of what I'm talking about now. Yeah, those are my thoughts on New Year's resolutions. Yeah. Bye. And you want to say bye to Isaac? No? Okay, he does. Don't take it personally. Okay, bye.